Bay Bridge backup, it does hit the MacArthur Maze now behind the metering lights. Once you get past them, traffic is rolling well into San Francisco. And we're also looking at traffic in the South Bay. The heaviest bit is actually coming up into Morgan Hill, North 101. Stop and go from San Martin Avenue out to East Dunn. Well, Cars for Kids now accepts real estate donations. Cars for Kids Real Estate will take over all expenses for your property. Best of all, Cars for Kids Real Estate will provide you with a tax deduction for the full appraised value of your property. To donate, visit carsforkidsrealestate.org. Your next update, 7:28 on the traffic leader, KCBS. Mancini Sleep World 6-day forecast now. Save $1,000 on select adjustable mattress sets at Mancini Sleep World. Jessica Birch joining us live now from the KPIX5 Weather Center. Good morning, Jessica.
Hey, good morning and happy Tuesday. It's another warm day for us off in the North Bay and our inland East Bay with 90s in sight, but don't worry, that quickly turns in the 80s as early as tomorrow, and that's how it's going to stick around as we wrap up the week and head into the weekend. So beautiful weather on the way for us. I mean, it's beautiful today too, especially off in San Francisco and Oakland, getting up to 69 this afternoon in San Francisco, 74 in Oakland, and as low pressure starts diving its way in, it's going to cool us off even for the Santa Clara Valley. Today we're getting up to 84 in San Jose, 82 by tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies sticking around for us as we wrap up this week. And we'll keep you updated here in the Weather Center, but for now, I'm meteorologist Jessica Birch with your KCBS KPIX5 First Alert Forecast.
Thanks, Jessica. We've got traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. KCBS News Time 7:21. Dozens of residents of Oakland's Little Saigon, Chinatown, joined the city's police chief and others at a vigil last night for an Asian American woman who was fatally shot during an attempted robbery on Sunday. KCBS's Jeffrey Schaub reports this latest incident comes amid a crime wave in the area this year.
Candles, flowers, and incense adorn the spot where Lily Zhu was shot and killed during an attempted curbside robbery. Eddie Zing is a Little Saigon resident. To those targeting Asian Americans, he says,
"Stop it, because you're killing not only a human life, you're killing our community."
Zhu was a dentist, a bright spirit, who friends say had just celebrated her 60th birthday. Reverend Deborah Lee is director of the Interfaith Movement for Human Integrity.
We need to come together across the city, across different fractures of the city, and come together to really look at the root causes of this violence. So this is a systemic pattern of senseless acts of violence that are occurring across the city.
During the summer, 3 Asian Americans have been shot too fatally in Little Saigon, many others attacked. There have been numerous robberies, home invasions, all against members of the Asian and Pacific Islander communities. Think it's racism? Residents here say there is no doubt. In Oakland, Jeffrey Schaub, KCBS.
8 Antioch police officers are under investigation by the Contra County DA's office and the FBI. That's about 10% of the city's total police force. This announcement after that probe was made public, and while details still are under wraps, multiple sources in law enforcement say the charges are connected to alleged involvement in cocaine and steroids, and that federal officials also are reviewing deadly use of force incidents. The city of Pittsburgh revealed early on 3 of its police officers investigated. The review has led to the county DA dropping dozens of active and closed cases as they were compromised by the misconduct of officers playing key role in those investigations. Well, parts of the Bay Area may see smoky, hazy skies this morning. KCBS's Margie Schaefer reports the Air District has issued an advisory. This air quality advisory is in effect for smoke from the Six Rivers Lightning Complex fire burning in Humboldt and Trinity counties.
We're expecting mostly moderate to good air quality at the ground level, but we do want to let people know that they might see hazy skies and there might be intermittent periods of maybe smelling smoke.
That's Tina Landis with the Bay Area Air Quality Management District. The northern zone will be most impacted. We're talking Napa, Vallejo, San Rafael, and Sebastopol. If you smell smoke, there's a high degree of particulate matter in the air from fires.
In those cases, we recommend that folks stay indoors, windows and doors closed, if temperatures allow for that.
Winds will shift this afternoon, clearing the smoke out. Pollution levels are not expected to exceed the national 20, so a spare the air alert is not in effect. Margie Schaefer, KCBS. Hollywood is heading north again to film on San Francisco streets. A big budget project, the third version of the Thomas Crown Affair, is on the California Film Commission's list of movies that qualify for a tax incentive program intended to attract more movie makers to California communities. And it looks like it's going to spend more than half of its production days in the city. Michael B. Jordan and Lady Gaga are the stars, and a San Francisco Film Commission chronicle the movie movie will employ 400 crew members and thousands of extras. The original 1968 film starred Steve McQueen, and the 1909 remake had Pierce Brosnan in the title role. It's Money Watch time on KCBS, and for that we turn to Lisa Mateo in the Bloomberg newsroom.
Good morning, Melissa. On the rise as investors await a read on the economy later this week from Fed officials at the Jackson Hole Conference. Right now, NASDAQ up about 83 points, S&P up 16, Dow up 36. Apple is on the hunt for the NFL Sunday ticket. The company has already secured rights to air both Major League Baseball and Major League Soccer games. Now, analysts tell Dow Jones the package would likely cost Apple $2.5 billion a year. Well, meanwhile, Amazon will show its Thursday night football broadcast in bars and restaurants in a new multi-year deal with DirecTV. Amazon Prime Video subscribers, they can watch the games on their smartphones, video game consoles, and connected TVs. And since we're on the topic, good news for your football snacking budget. Chicken wing prices, they are falling. The cost has now dropped back to pre-pandemic levels as of July, and the USDA says it could fall even lower in just a few weeks. I'm Lisa Mateo, Bloomberg Business for KCBS.
Are you ready for your palm reading, my dear?
Yeah, let's do this.
I sense that you crave something.
More reliable.
Right. You know you deserve better and want out of a relationship.
Yes, with my big name wireless carrier.
You're who now?
My big name wireless carrier. That's why I switched to Xfinity Mobile. Now I get unlimited with 5G for $30 per month on the most reliable 5G network.
Let's talk about your aura. It's so...
And get this, they can even save you hundreds a year on your wireless bill over T-Mobile, AT&T, and Verizon.
Wow, that's actually really impressive.
Yep, but you already knew that, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I definitely saw this coming.
Start seeing savings today. Switch to the fastest mobile service, Xfinity Mobile, now with the best price on 2 lines of unlimited, just $30 a line per month. Switch today. Xfinity Internet. Under available 5G pricing plans with top 3 carriers. Taxes and fees extra. Reduced speeds up to 20 gigabytes of usage per line. Most reliable based on RootMetrics use report. Comcast analysis of mobile Wi-Fi and cellular data from Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Q2 2022.
Here we go again. Another special interest ballot proposition. This time, it's Prop 27.
Prop 27 was written and funded by big out-of-state gambling corporations to allow a massive expansion of online sports gambling.
Prop 27's promoters want to turn every cell phone, every tablet, and every laptop in California into a gambling device.
While 90% of the profits would go to corporations.
Prop 27's promoters claim their proposal is a solution to addiction and homelessness.
Are you kidding me?
Right? Just like we were told the lottery would take care of school funding in California.
The fact is, Prop 27 is just designed to benefit its corporate promoters at the expense of Californians.
Please join our broad statewide coalition, which includes more than 50 Indian tribes across California. Vote no on Proposition 27.
Stop the corporate online gambling prop.
Ad paid for by Yes on 26, No on 27. Coalition for Safe Responsible Gaming, sponsored by California Indian Tribes. Committee major funding from Federated Indians of Great Rancheria, Pechanga Band of Indians.
You might know it, but the equity in your home can provide you with cash when you need it most. Whether you're looking to consolidate debt or cover a major renovation, a home equity line of credit or cash out refinance from Fremont Bank may be a great choice for you. With increased home values, now may be the right time to give us a call to find out how your home's equity can work for you. Visit FremontBank.com or call 866-992-INFO today. NMLS number 478471, Equal Housing Lender, member SCIC.
You saw people you haven't seen in a while.
You went places you haven't been in a while.
And you accumulated new and different junk.
You came home and you said,
Where are we going to put all this?
relax. We make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
No lifting.
No carrying.
No banging and bumping in the wall.
Just a beautiful, wide open space full of happiness and sunlight.
You'll have room to roam.
Breathe again.
You've never felt so free.
Call 100 Got Junk.
Or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com. KCBS News Time 7:28. Let's head back to your local Honda dealer's traffic center for an update on your drive to work this morning from Kim Wonderly. And we still have a little bit of a delay here trying to come out of Pacifica toward Daly City. This is a crash on the ramp that takes you from northbound Highway 1 on to southbound 280. That accident blocks the ramp, and we do see a bit of a delay with the Chilton Auto-Body collision cam. It's a short one, but there's stop-and-go traffic at the scene making your way around this, which has been blocking that ramp. In the meantime,
freeway. Earlier crash off to the side in Oakland, North 880 at 98th Avenue. That's why that slow traffic out of San Lorenzo all the way back from Highway 238. We're also taking a look at Highway 4, trying to recover from an earlier motorcycle crash. West 4, very heavy. This is stop and go, by the way, from Summersville. As you make your way out toward Willow Pass, it gradually starts to open up here. And we're big delays on Kirker Pass inbound from almost from Buchanan as you make your way down toward Oakhurst. We're seeing a lot of stop and go traffic this morning, so not a great alternate route. Your next update now 7:38 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
Hazy sunshine expected this afternoon after the morning overcast, with highs getting into the 60s and 70s at the beaches, into the low to mid 90s inland. We've got traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Nature Valley has helped restore access to 10,000 miles of national park trails, and we're on our way to restoring even more. Life happens out there. Nature Valley.
News that matters to you, around the bay, around the world, around the clock. All News 106.9 and 740 KCBS. It is Tuesday, August 23rd, 2022. President Biden's big decision deadline on what to do about student loan forgiveness. And San Jose called to dump a controversial development project. Good morning, I'm Melissa Call-Ross. It is 7:31 rather. This portion of our News Watch sponsored by Life, Health, and Wellness. Well, student loan payments are set to resume at the end of the month, and that's the deadline for President Biden to make a decision on canceling a portion of student debt for millions of borrowers. The Washington the White House considering canceling $10,000 per borrower below a certain income threshold. For more on this, we're joined on the KCBS Ring Central Newsline by our political analyst, Mark Sandalo. Mark, thanks as always for taking the time to talk to us. What are the stakes here for President Biden when it comes to making this decision?
Listen, the politics, seem pretty clear that Biden needs big turnout among young voters. Young voters are the ones who tend to have the most. Because I teach University of California students, they're gung-ho on this. They're going to have debt, and they love the idea. They loved Bernie Sanders' idea of forgiving all student loan. They really liked Elizabeth Warren's idea of canceling $50,000. They're less enthused about Biden's $10,000, but they want something, and they say that, and on its face, it seems like, a smart investment in education. There are an awful lot of middle-class and lower-middle-class kids who could only afford college student loans, and reducing the loan burden once they get out. Americans owe something like $1.6 trillion in debt. It seems like a way to help those wanting an education. But like all policies in Washington, it's much more complicated than that when you get down into the policy debate. The question is, who is it you are benefiting? What Biden's talking about doing is cutting off anyone who makes more than $120,000 a year. The problem with simply relieving student debt is that people with college educations tend to overall have much better job prospects, have much better jobs, and much higher income. Which means if you're looking for progressive tax relief, giving relief to people who need it the most, there are other ways to do it. If you took his proposal cost something like $300 billion. If you took that $300 billion and invested it in scholarships for high school kids who couldn't afford college, if you invested in food stamps, in Head Start, there are an awful lot of people who say that would be a much wiser and much fairer way to invest in the future of the country and its education. That said, there is a midterm election coming up, and Biden is likely to go for this $10,000 relief.
Well, but along those lines of what you just said, does he run the risk of alienating older and more moderate voters who he also would need to turn out for the midterms?
Yes, and including those, by the way, who just finished paying off their student loans, who think, what kind of a sucker was I to pay those off on time when if I'd only waited, There's no question there will be a backlash there. The $10,000 figure is small enough that, it's not nearly